MotorWeek is made possible by Auto Value and Bumper to Bumper and TireRack.com.
When we heard we'd be getting some track time in a Mercedes-AMG GT, a lot of questions followed. Is it the four-door coupe, the actual two-door coupe, the roadster? Which motor does it get? Well, it's time for us to get all of the answers. This is the Mercedes-AMG GT 63 Coupe. Yes, the actual two-door coupe. It is the second generation of the 911 fighter that first arrived for 2016. It was quickly joined by a convertible version and even a four-door coupe, all the while continuing to pack in more and more performance. And then almost as quickly, the coupe disappeared from the Mercedes lineup. Well, it's back, and we're back at Savannah, Georgia's Roebling Road Raceway to put it to the test. This recreated GT Coupe no longer rides on its own chassis. It now shares a platform with the reborn Mercedes-Benz SL, which we had on track here 2 years ago. Not much of that matters, really, as it looks better than ever and is still breathing fire from a ferocious V8. This hand-assembled twin-turbo 4-liter may be very familiar at this point, but it's still an engine we love very much. Here in the GT63 Coupe, it delivers 577 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque to a 9-speed AMG speed shift automatic transmission. AMG claims 3.1 seconds to 60, something we couldn't verify as our track time was cut short by a surprise snowstorm blowing into coastal Georgia, but it sure feels that fast. We focused our time on getting in plenty of full track laps before the snow started falling, and no matter how hard it seemed we were working in the cockpit, this car was working much harder. With standard fully variable all-wheel drive, active roll stabilization, active rear axle steering, and even active aerodynamics. All-wheel drive wasn't even available in the last gen, and when you combine all of the added hardware with dimensions that are bigger in every direction, the GT63 feels noticeably heavier and bigger on track. But the added grip from 4MATIC is surely a benefit. We really felt those front wheels pulling us out of corners too. So is it more capable? Yes. Did it lose a little bit of its playful, nimble feel in the transition? We'd have to say yes there too. Ceramic composite brakes are an optional upgrade and well worth it if repeated late braking is more of a priority than just looking cool cruising down the strip. And while you're feeling like a boss in cruise mode, all those loyal electronically controlled mechanicals keep working just as hard to give you a relaxing ride that quickly reminds you this is a Mercedes-Benz first and foremost. Other than a great-looking and highly functional new touchscreen display, the driver-focused interior looks mostly the same as every other AMG from this decade, or the one before it if we're being honest, and that's not a complaint. Materials are attractive, it feels spacious, and there's an underlying sense of luxuriousness that you don't get in most high-performance cars. We highly recommend upgrading to these AMG performance seats, which actively adjust bolstering based on drive mode and are equally adept at delivering great comfort. Though sold as a two-seater, rear seats are a no-cost option. The 11.3 cubic foot luggage area makes it perfect for high-speed weekend getaways. While the GT Coupe has the same basic long hood, minimal greenhouse fastback shape as before, it now looks much more purposeful, especially up front where the widened grille with vertical slats helps give it much more presence. Government fuel economy ratings are 13 city, 20 highway, and 16 combined. Pricing for this GT63 Coupe starts at $180,200, but there are options on both sides of that, a base GT43 and GT55 below, and an SE performance version of the 63. We get it. Unless you're a real fan of the brand, it is difficult to keep track of which Mercedes-AMGs are the real deal AMGs and which are just AMG-tuned Mercedes-Benz vehicles. But the car industry is full of blurred lines and shared chassis these days. This GT63 Coupe may not be as unique as it once was, but that doesn't make it any less very special indeed.
The MotorWeek app, which includes our latest reviews and feature stories, is now available for mobile devices.